When you've been single as long as I have, 8 years, you've probably answered the question of what are you looking for in a partner a million times. I have, right? And I don't necessarily mind talking about it. We were talking about it on my live last night, and I was telling them they're probably not very different than what all of them are looking for in a partner. You want someone that's thoughtful, someone that's kind, someone that is hardworking, someone that's intelligent and funny and fun, someone who's cultured and communicative and successful, and that you're attracted to, that you like, that likes you back. And I think if you're a single person wanting to be coupled, it's important that you know those things. That's not something that you should have to think about. Like, you should know that. Even if you got to write it down, you should know what you want in someone. But something that is as important to me is knowing how I want to feel in a relationship. And that's why I can meet somebody that possesses all of those qualities and they be a good person, and I know that they're not my person, because I know how I want to feel in a relationship, and I've collected that knowledge from past relationships, right? So even though they didn't work out, there were little things in each of those relationships that made me feel just like, and I collected those things. That's also why I don't believe that failed relationships are failures, right? Because even though they end, if they weren't like toxic relationships, you walk away with good things. We walk away from failed relationships with lessons and, knowing things that we don't want to happen in the next situation. But again, if it wasn't like a terribly toxic situation, you also walk away with moments and memories that you enjoyed, and you could take those with you. Anyway, I thought I'd use this post that I made yesterday. It's a trend. It's a weekend song. And essentially you just use a couple photos to list out like your kind of love. And it could be whatever type of love. I chose to do mine around romantic love. And I think this sort of illustrates what I mean by knowing how I want to feel in a relationship. And these are some things that has happened to me in past relationships or in dating in general, that make me feel loved and appreciated. And it's my kind of love, right? So for example, sweet compliments and sweet affirmations. I love a complimentary, affirming man. If you think I look beautiful, tell me I look beautiful. If something I said was really funny, tell me it was really funny. If you see that I'm not approaching a task or a goal with confidence, right? Affirm me in it. For me, that plays into the overall want of a man that is thoughtful, a man that is perceptive. I'm very much a words of affirmation person. So a man that compliments me and affirms me is a man that is, one, thoughtful to me, and two, pays attention to the fact that I react well to words of affirmation. Another one I have on here is hour-long conversations about everything and nothing. I love a good conversationalist. I am a talker, right? I feel like it's a lost art where people don't want to have long conversations anymore. There is nothing better than a long conversation with anybody, but especially with a man that you are attracted to and you're trying to get to know, that just ebbs and flows from one thing to the other, and you're laughing your ass off, which is another one. Make me laugh until it hurts. I love a funny man, right? And we can add another one on here, talking in music lyrics and movie quotes, right? Just babbling on about anything and everything for long periods of time. And don't let him be a good storyteller. I love a man that can tell a good story, right? Here's a good gauge for if you got me and you got my attention. If we're having a long conversation and I'm not talking, that means I am extremely engaged in what you're saying. There is very little time when I don't have shit to say. So if I'm sitting and I'm listening to you attentively, that means you done got me. I love a man that can hold a good conversation and is funny and is a good storyteller. Oh, please. I love a cute nickname. I had an ex that used to call me Miss Pretty, and I just loved it. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe that's words of affirmation. Maybe that's some sort of affirming thing. I don't know. It was cute, and I loved being Miss Pretty. That same ex would just randomly, we would be sitting on the couch reading books or watching TV or just whatever. And he would randomly be dance with me, right? And he'd pull me up off the couch and we'll dance. It didn't even have to be music. He would just hum a song or sing a song in my ear. He just wanted to dance and be close. I love music. I'm almost always listening to music. I love a man. And I think this is like a universal thing. I love when somebody like creates a playlist for me or like curates a playlist for me. But something that I love even more is I don't have a car. And everybody knows that music hits different in a car. You have to listen to certain things in a car, or it just sounds different in a car. So I love what I call riding in cars with boys. I used to date this guy who would be like, you want to go listen to that new whatever, want to ride around, listen to that new whatever, because he knows that I didn't have a car, but I like listening to music in the car. And he'd be like, let's take a ride. And we would just like, take a ride and listen to an album a couple times. And I loved it. Thoughtful. Sort of in the same vein, and I think another thing that is a lost art is I love for a man to write little like love notes, poems, send me a sweet little text message. I'm not a person that requires all day constant communication from my man, but I do like to know that you're thinking about me. So a sweet little text message, little note, little love letter is always appreciated, every once in a while. This might be a little controversial, but my man got to be my partner in shade. I have to be able to tell you any and everything and feel comfortable and confident in that. Like, I need to be able to have a kiki with my man about any and everything and not being worried that it's going to get back to nobody. I know that's controversial because the girls will be getting mad when they like don't pillow talk about, I pillow talks with my man. I do. We all know I love my clothes. I love my fashions. And I like a man that compliments my style. I be wanting to put that shit on with my man. Like, you know what I'm saying? We look good as a unit. From top to bottom, we step out and we look good. I love that. I love swapping like shopping carts with my man. Like, like this is what I'm looking at. What do you think about that? Yes, no, whatever. See something I like, send it to him. What you think? Yes, no. I love it. I like going in his closet. I also love a man that knows what he likes on me and can like pick an outfit for me. Like when we go out tonight, I like when you dress like this, can you wear something like that? I like it, right? Don't try to take my feminist card, but I just, it makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside when I get a request. I'm very much a kisser. I love kisses. So I have lots of kisses on here. I have like cooking for me and with me. I love a cute little let's get in the kitchen and cook together situation. And then I think I've pretty much gone through all of these except for gentle accountability. And that one, you're probably like, why is that on a list with all of this other sweet stuff? But I love a man that affirms me and is thoughtful and is giving and is generous, but also, it's not my yes man. If you see me effing up, if you see me, not at my best, not doing my best, I want my man to feel comfortable with gently calling me in. And I've had experiences where I've had men that have held me accountable very gently and has taught me that, even in disagreeing or agreeing differently, it can be done in a loving and gentle and thoughtful way. And so I won't take anything less than that.